ICP is dumping. The news are spreading fear, people are taking losses, and people are panic selling. Let's cut out the noise and talk about the actual facts in the chart right now. My name's Jack, and I make videos that give you investing information that you can actually use to make money. Subscribe now, and I'll help you stay on the right side of the market consistently. Subscribe. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be doing a price analysis on ICP. We're going to be looking at where the price is likely going, and at the end of the video, I'll show you an easy strategy that you can use to make huge gains with ICP or any other altcoin. So let's dive in. So right now, you can see on the chart here, we've got ICP on the daily time frame without any indicators. So we're just looking at the pure price action, guys. And continuing on from the video I made a couple of days ago, we remain in this higher time frame range, which we have been in now for multiple months. And as discussed a few days ago, we were retesting the lows of the range, and we've actually broken down to one of those lower levels. Now, I said in the video a couple of days ago that ICP could well find support here. However, the one thing that would bring it down was a Bitcoin dump. And this is actually something that we talked about a few days ago, so I think it's important that we touch briefly on it right now. And that's on the Bitcoin chart. So if you watched my video a couple of days ago, you'll remember that I was speaking about this green line on the chart. Now, this line here on the chart, guys, is the 50 simple moving average, the 50 SMA on the daily time frame. And a few days ago, you'll recall in my video on the 20th of June on Friday, I made a video stating that the price had now closed below that 50-day SMA, which can open the door to further downward price action. And basically, when I said that the ICP price would potentially fall down a little bit further if Bitcoin were to actually close below here, opening that door to further downside. So you could see just very briefly, if I go back in time, on why I use this indicator. Basically, guys, we use this green line here, the 50 SMA, to keep us on the right side of the market. So you can see when Bitcoin closes a candle below the green line here, generally it opens doors to further downside. Not always, but it's a very good sign to follow to keep you on the right side of the market, because you can see a couple of examples here. Basically, most times you break down, you do continue to the downside. So I strongly recommend including this indicator on your charts. It's very easy. You just go and type in SMA and switch to the 50 settings, and this will help keep you on the right side of the market. Now, what we need to look at now is where we could potentially be turning around here, because Bitcoin already has had a pretty substantial drop of almost 12%, and we're now looking at some support levels. So for me, the main area here on Bitcoin is between 98k and basically 91.5k. I think around this level Bitcoin should find support, and from today's price, the current price, that could be anywhere from another 1.4 to 7% drop. Now, if that does happen in Bitcoin, then I would fully expect that ICP would follow suit, and again sort of see that sort of about a 7% drop down to our lower support level there at $4.20. And just a reminder, guys, if you haven't already, do consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm making these videos specifically to give you an edge in the markets, to help you avoid my past mistakes and actually make money. So moving back on to ICP then, and where we could potentially go from here. So just to summarize what we've talked about there, I expect Bitcoin to continue this downtrend to basically this sort of this support box, what we've got here, between 98 and 91.5k, and I'm basically expecting ICP to sort of mimic that price action. Now, my personal position on ICP is basically I'm chilling out right now, guys, sitting in cash, waiting for my next entry signal, and this is generally how I advise people in my life, my friends, and also the people on YouTube. I use two indicators for trading these altcoins for keeping me on the right side of the market. Indicator number one is the EMA band here, which we use the 21 and 34 settings. The bottom indicator here is our RSI on the standard settings, and the time frame is the 3-day time frame. And basically, guys, to keep us on the right side of the markets, to keep us from losing our money, we wait for the breakout, the close above the EMA band here, and then we buy. And this saves us from getting stuck in these horrible downtrends, watching all of your money disappear for absolutely no reason at all. Now, it doesn't work perfectly, but basically what we're always looking here for, guys, is we're looking for the close above the EMA band here, with confidence in the RSI when we see a break above the midline, the white line here, and also the break above the EMA band on the higher time frames, on the 3-day time frame. Now, it doesn't work every time, but it can save you by basically, if it falls back below, you can use that as an exit signal, or at least a warning signal telling you to be careful. And that is how I trade these markets. That is how I make money in the markets consistently, month after month, year after year. And if you don't have a strategy like this, I strongly recommend spending some time on the charts, looking at what has worked in the past, just simply going back in history and seeing what's worked in the past and seeing which patterns you could potentially use. But this is one example that I really do like a lot. You're looking at the 3-day time frame, EMA band, RSI, wait for the break above the EMA band and also the break above the RSI. And this should save you a lot of money. So I'm going to leave this video here. Please do consider hitting that subscribe button, clicking that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.